For all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot. Jimmy coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where?
Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Pray lonely, got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Pray lonely's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome in to another edition of Brandy's virtual tour live. Glad to have all you here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 destinations for you all this evening. Warner Bros. Discovery is officially up for sale for anybody to grab it if you have the funds to get it. We'll get into that. There is a huge health story that just a trigger warning, everybody. This is dealing with a 5-year-old, so just to prepare you mentally with that very sad story I'm bringing you live. Then Nakia Holmes, you may know her as the co-owner or co-founder of the Turkey Leg Hut. She got into some trouble. We'll talk about the trouble that she got into, or trouble rather. Huge news in the world of crime, and wait till you hear how this person tried to set up a scheme to come to the government with the bull-ish. Shacole Fox just got married, and who walked her down the aisle is definitely going to bring tears to your eyes, joyful tears, that is. And then, of course, Brandy, she walked off the stage. As you guys know, Monica and Brandy are on the road for the Boy Is Mine tour. But before all that, I do have something to say at the top of the show. So with that being said, higher is waiting, lower is available. But either way, we got to go on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. Hey, look here. Beckwith, I think this is your first time here. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. So I just want to say this from the top of the show. Congratulations to Melody Cherie Rogers on gaining full custody of her children. Congratulations. Now, of course, there are going to be women going live tonight at midnight saying Melody is this, that, and the third, and she's a horrible mother, she doesn't deserve her kids and everything else. I just want to ask you something. For somebody not liking Melody so much, you really do talk about her a lot. And I'm being very general when I say that. Because if you don't like somebody, why are you talking about them? Because the only way you get a YouTube check is by talking about her. See, there's a difference between creators and artists. See, everybody's going to be going live about Melody tonight saying she doesn't deserve full custody, she's a horrible mother, and this, that, and the third. You're a creator. In order for you to be a creator, you got to talk about Melody. You can't stand on your own 2 feet for who you are as a content creator. People know what you talk about. They don't know you for shit. Don't want to know you for shit because you can't be shit. Now, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Okay? If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Like I said, I'm sure there's going to be some pounds tonight. You're probably going to have Larry, Mo, and Curly, the female versions of them, on all these pounds tonight. Lord Jesus. They do say ignorance runs amok at midnight. They don't they? Child, listen, I think it's long overdue. I think Melody is a great mother, and Martell does not deserve custody of his children. He said that he would allow them to be on national television if he could do corporal punishment. That's a good father, y'all. Blocking your children's blessings from not allowing them to be on social media and television. That's a good father, y'all. A good father does DV to the mother of his children. That's a good father, y'all. Like I said, the hens that will be going live at midnight and will be live all night long. If you stand for that shit, that goes to let me know you don't give a fuck, damn, or shit about your own children. I hope to God your children are bigger, growner, and stronger than your whole existence, and they have disowned you as a parent. And you ain't going to do shit about what I have to say. You're not going to. You're not. God bless the man that allowed his rocket to blast through your galaxy. God bless him, and hopefully he's okay. And hopefully your children are okay. You, on the other hand, I could give 2 fucks, dams, or shits about you. Y'all will support anything just to be a part of a conversation. It's tacky, it's trifling, and it's disgusting behavior. Some of y'all will accept anything because you are nothing in life. Some of you will accept anything because you're nothing in life. Some of you will accept anything because you're nothing in life. And by the way, to that other Mitch, either go on American Idol and win or shut the fuck up. You lost the game. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You were out here. Oh, I'm going to win. Posting stuff on the community wall, everything else. How is that rebrand going for you? Let me see. There's 100% chance of gray demise, despicable, and disgusting behavior in the midst. There's a 100% chance of that happening. But here's the gag. You didn't have to experience no gray thunderstorms, lightning, or hurricanes or anything else. You tried to cause a storm for somebody else, but that shit backfired. I suggest you do what you sang about and leave people the fuck alone. Well, with that being said, let's do what we do and go on tour. I just had to get that off my chest, child. I just had to. And by the way, shout out to Drop the T, who was the first person to do that. Actually, let me pull up her channel real quick. A channel that is actually worthy of being on YouTube, unlike others who really are circumventing themselves on YouTube when they were banned from YouTube and should not have a channel here, there, or anywhere. Oh, Lord Jesus. My. You got time to talk about everybody else, but yet you don't do what your channel says you do. What a fucking bitch of a concept is that? Ugh. God bless the father and the mother that made that spawn that should have been swallowed that night. You were one night stand that became a whole curse everybody had to deal with. My Lord Jesus. Holy, let me drop the T here and give her credit. Right here. Here she is right here. And she is on her way, everybody. She's on her way. She's on her way to 3,000 subscribers right here. Here's Drop the T. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to Drop the T, everybody. She was the first one to break the news. And let me tell you something. She is a superstar. Do you hear me? Absolutely. Here is her link right here. Right here. Right here. And you know, I just want to say this on the big screen. If you're going to sue YouTube and Google, it would be best if you don't use YouTube and Google if you're trying to sue somebody. Just a pro tip. Moving on, let's get to what we do over here and talk about everything else of the culture show. So here we go with Variety.com here. Warner Bros. Discovery says it is evaluating acquisition offers from multiple parties. The biggest party that we have known about is Paramount Skydance, right? So here we go. Warner Bros. Discovery is reviewing strategic alternatives in light of unsolicited interest it has received from multiple parties for both the entire company and the standalone Warner Brothers streaming and studios entity, the media conglomerate said Tuesday. Warner Bros. Discovery did not say which companies have made merger acquisition overtures, but the announcement comes after Paramount Skydance, headed by Chairman and CEO Dave Ellison, has been pursuing a major deal to acquire Warner Bros. Discovery in its entirety. In recent weeks, Warner Bros. Discovery reportedly rejected Paramount Skydance's $20 per share offer as too low on Tuesday morning. The board of Warner Bros. Discovery turned down a mostly cash bid of nearly $24 per share from Paramount, Reuters reported. On the Warner Bros. Discovery announcement, the company's stock jumped 10% in morning trading to over $20 per share. Warner Bros. Discovery continues to advance its previously announced separation of Warner Bros. And Discovery Global, currently targeted to be completed by April 2026. At the same time, the board announced it has initiated a review of strategic alternatives to maximize shareholder value. Through this process, the Warner Bros. Discovery board will evaluate a broad range of strategic options, which include the sale of the entire company or separate transactions for its Warner Brothers and or Discovery Global businesses, it said. As part of the review, the company will also consider alternative separation structure that will enable a merger of Warner Bros. With a third-party acquirer. alongside a spinoff of Discovery Global to shareholders, it said. We continue to make important strides to position our business to succeed in today's evolving media landscape by advancing our strategic initiatives, returning our studios to industry leadership, and scaling HBO Max globally, David Zaslav, president and CEO of Warner Bros. Discovery, said in a statement. Zaslav continued, "It is no surprise that the significant value of our portfolio is receiving increased recognition by others in the market. After receiving interest from multiple parties, we have initiated a comprehensive review of strategic alternatives to identify the best path forward to unlock the full value of our assets." Samuel A. Piazza Jr., chairman of the Warner Bros. Discovery Board, said in a statement, "Our decision to initiate this review underscores the board's commitment to considering all opportunities to determine the best value for our shareholders. We continue to believe that our planned separation to create two distinct leading media companies will create compelling value. That said, we determined taking these actions to broaden our scope is in the best interest of shareholders." Warner Bros. Discovery said there is no deadline or definitive timetable set for completion of the strategic alternatives review process other than the separation transaction that is already underway, which the company has said it targeted to be completed in April 2026. There can be no assurance that this process will result in the company pursuing a transaction or other outcome, it said. In its announcement, Warner Bros. Discovery said it does not intend to make any further announcements regarding the review of strategic alternatives until the board approves a specific transaction or otherwise determines further disclosure is appropriate or necessary. Allen and Company, JP Morgan, and Evercore are serving as financial advisors to Warner Bros. Discovery, and Shacole, Lipton, Rosen and Katz, and Devois and Peppleton LLP are serving as legal counsel. Well, what do I think about this destination? First of all, it's a huge one, and don't worry, we got time. I'll read it again. At least you got to see me. Hey, nice to see you. Woody Woodpecker. So let me go back up here, because we always show our sources around here from Variety.com. Warner Bros. Discovery says it is evaluating acquisition offers from multiple parties. Warner Bros. Discovery is reviewing strategic alternatives in light of unsolicited interest it has received from multiple parties from both the entire company and the standalone Warner Brothers streaming and studios entity. The media conglomerate said Tuesday. Warner Bros. Discovery did say which companies have made merger acquisition overtures, but the announcement comes after Paramount Skydance, headed by Chairman and CEO Dave Ellison, has been pursuing a major deal to acquire Warner Bros. Discovery in its entirety. If you don't know, there's been a lot of breaking up of media, right? So NBC Universal was the first to do this. They separated USA Network, Sci-Fi Network, trying to think what else, Oxygen, Fandango, Rotten Tomatoes, Sportsnet, the Golf Channel. And so they were the first ones to do. Actually was the first one to report it on YouTube before NBC News and the Today Show. Those receipts are on the community wall. And then, of course, I reported the fact that Warner Bros. Discovery is separating the studios and streamers from the linear television networks. And potentially those television networks could be up for sale, including the Oprah Network. Yeah, that's why I often say, if you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. Yes, there. But the announcement comes after Paramount Skydance headed by Chairman and CEO Dave Ellison, has been pursuing a major deal to acquire Warner Bros. Discovery in its entirety. In recent weeks, Warner Bros. Discovery reportedly rejected Paramount Skydance's $20 per share offer as too low. On Tuesday morning, the board of Warner Bros. Discovery turned down a mostly cash bid of nearly $24 per share, Paramount readers reported. On the Warner Bros. Discovery announcement, the company's stock jumped 10% and more in trading to over $20 per share. Warner Bros. Discovery continues to advance its previously announced separation of Warner Brothers and Discovery Global, currently targeted to be completed by April 2026. At the same time, the board announced it has initiated a review of strategic alternatives to maximize shareholder value. Through this process, the Warner Bros. Discovery board would evaluate a broad range of strategic options, which include the sale of the entire company or separate transactions for Warner Brothers and or Discovery Global businesses. So let's just say that Disney got the studio side of Warner Brothers and NBC Universal got the cable networks, which, like I said, it wouldn't make sense for NBC Universal to get that because they just spun off their networks. So you spun off networks to just buy more cable networks. Where they do that at? But nor there. As a part of the review, the company will also consider alternative separation structure that would enable a merger of Warner Bros. With a third-party acquirer alongside a spinoff of Discovery Global to shareholders. Said. We continue to make important strides to position our business to succeed in today's evolving media landscape by advancing our strategic initiatives, returning our studios to industry leadership, and scaling HBO Max globally. David Slasloff, president and CEO of Warner Bros. Discovery, said in a statement. Slasloff continued, it is no surprise that the significant value portfolio is receiving increased recognition by others in the market. After receiving interest from multiple parties, we have initiated a comprehensive review of strategic alternatives to identify the best path forward to unlock the full value of our assets. Samuel A. D. Piazza Jr., chairman of the Warner Bros. Discovery Board, said in a statement, our decision to initiate this review underscores the board's commitment to considering all opportunities to determine the best value for our shareholders. We continue to believe that our planned separation to create two distinct leading media companies will create compelling value. That said, we are determined taking these actions to broaden our scope is in the best interest of shareholders. Warner Bros. Discovery said there is no deadline or definitive timetable set for the completion of the strategic alternatives review process, other than the separation transaction that is already underway, which the company has said it targeted to be completed in April 2026. There can be no assurance that this process will result in the company pursuing a transaction or the outcome it said. In this announcement, Warner Bros. Discovery said it does not intend to make any further announcements regarding the review of strategic alternatives unless and until the board approves a specific transaction or otherwise determines further disclosure is appropriate or necessary. Allen and Company, J.P. Morgan, and Evercore are serving as financial advisors to Warner Bros. Discovery, and Wachtell Lipton, Rosen and Katz, and DeVries and Lipperton LLP are serving as legal counsel. So like I said before, what do I think about this destination? Well, as you guys know, we did a live here talking about if Google, that's right, Google, who owns YouTube, if it was bought by Google, it would be called Warner Brothers Google Discovery. And I talked about in that live how they could utilize YouTube to revive their television networks and how they can make more movies, right? And YouTube does not have a backlot. So imagine YouTube having the Warner Brothers backlot for content creators. I think that will probably be the best move. Now, if I bring up the media universe maps right here, here is the media universe map right here from my man, Mr. Evan Shapiro. A legend in the media world for sure. That's it. There we go. So let's see here. So Warner Brothers is right here, right? And Warner Bros. Discovery is right here. Netflix said that they're not going to buy it. Makes a lot of sense because they are the leaders. Why, try to buy something that you are trying to get rid of, right? Just keep it a buck. Apple said that they are not buying either, right? I can understand why Apple is more known for technology. Entertainment is just kind of an ancillary division just to keep up with everybody else. Like I said, I think Google could definitely be a surprise contender without question. I definitely think that could be a contender. Let's see here. Facebook ain't gonna do shit. I really don't believe that. Now, I will say this. Amazon has MGM Studios, right? And what's the one thing that Amazon is known for? They're known for e-commerce, right? So imagine all of the brands from Warner Bros. Discovery, which has TLC, Investigation Discovery, Animal Planet, Travel Network, Food Network, TNT, TBS, Cartoon Network, True TV, HGTV, and CNN. Imagine being able to buy something from any show on one of those networks or from a HBO show, HBO Max show through Amazon Prime. In addition to that, you think about the HBO Max platform combining with the Amazon Prime video platform. Oh my God. Not to mention too, imagine everybody on Twitch being able to get a show through the Warner Bros. Discovery platform. Now that's just me thinking out loud there. Let me see if there's anybody. Ooh, a little close. Now, I don't think Disney's going to do anything. I really don't think Disney's going to do anything because if we look here, right, this platform right here, Hulu, with 55 million subscribers, is folding into Disney Plus, which is a dumbass decision made by Bob Iger. Bob Iger, you made a dumbass decision, and I have the right to say that through the freedom of speech. I think you just went through that with Jimmy Kimmel. Because Disney does not know how to respond to adults growing up. You don't. When you do this move, you will not have an adult content platform. You won't. What you need to do is keep Hulu, because the Disney bundle has Disney Plus for families and kids, along with Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar, National Geographic, right? So you have all those fandoms. And then you have ESPN Plus, which ESPN just came out with their direct-to-consumer app, which costs like $30 a month. And then Hulu's your adult content. So you're actually killing the Disney bundle by doing this. I don't get Disney. I don't think they're going to buy anything. And like I said, NBC Universal, they're not going to do this. They're not, because they just spun off all these networks here: USA, Sci-Fi, Oxygen, E, CNBC, of course, Fandango, Rotten Tomatoes. So it makes no sense to spin off all these to just buy more networks. To me, that makes no sense at all. Now, I will say Roku could be interesting. Roku could be very interesting because basically everybody has a Roku, right? So imagine, right, if Roku had a backlot, right? And imagine Roku had access to all of these channels, right? And they do have Roku Originals. So now some of those Roku Originals can actually be on networks, so they can diversify their portfolio. Walmart, they own Vizio. I don't think Walmart actually wants to get into the media game, although they do have Walmart Radio. But Walmart Radio, that's more of an in-store thing. It's not like you can actually go online and listen to Walmart Radio. I don't think that's an actual factual thing. Now, Samsung is a big one, and their free TV Plus platform is growing. So Samsung being able to own cable networks would be huge. And if they wanted to do Samsung Plus, like a streaming service where it's content creators working with Samsung on exclusive content, I could definitely see that being a paid service. Let's see here. This is interesting here too with Sony, right? Because Sony, they got PlayStation, right? There's a lot of gamers. So, of course, gamers can have shows on TBS where they did Elite before. And you have Warner Brothers catalog combined with Sony's catalog. There's the pictures of TV. And you have Warner Chappell Music along with Sony Music, right? So you have that. And then you have electronics. That is something that Warner Brothers does not have. So being able to put Warner Bros. Discovery content on every Sony device is huge. Microsoft, you see the number, trillion. Okay, they got money. Can y'all let me hold about 500 million? I don't know about Microsoft. I think they're good right now. But that's who I am seeing, who could potentially buy Warner Brothers Discovery. And EA, the gaming company EA, just went private, so they can do a lot with that. Nintendo is trying to get more into entertainment. As you guys know, they have a partnership with Illumination to make movies. They also have a partnership with Sony to make the Legend of Zelda movie. I don't know if Nintendo would like to get into entertainment, but if they're already doing movies, can you imagine somebody having a show on the NES network, the Nintendo Entertainment System Network? Possibilities are endless, everybody. So I'll keep you updated with what's going on there with that. All right, let's move on because we do have more Brandy's Virtual Tour live coming up here. Now, this is a trigger warning to everybody from blackenterprise.com. You're reading that correctly. Yeah, I know. Mom demands answers after 5-year-old daughter is misdiagnosed with multiple STDs. Mom demands answers after 5-year-old daughter was misdiagnosed with multiple STDs. Mom demands answers after 5-year-old daughter is misdiagnosed with multiple STDs. College Park, Georgia mother has hired an attorney after an urgent care clinic wrongly diagnosed her 5-year-old daughter with multiple STDs. College Park, Georgia mother is demanding answers after her 5-year-old daughter was wrongly diagnosed with multiple STDs at a local urgent care clinic. The woman whose identity is being withheld for privacy said she took her sick daughter to a College Park urgent care clinic in April. Fox 5 Atlanta reports after providing a urine sample, the test results left the mother completely stunned. They told me when I went up there, they ended up telling me that she had trichomoniasis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia. I'm going to read that 2 times. Trichomoniasis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia. Trichomoniasis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia. I knew right then that was incorrect because I protect my heart, the mother said. Right here, the urgent care clinic, Falls State Law, contacted police and the Georgia Division of Family and Children Services. The mother described the mobile officers arrived at her home as terrifying, fearing she might lose custody of her child. I couldn't even breathe when they came into my house. She said, I really was thinking they were about to take my child away from me. I knew I was the best mom and nothing happened to her. Follow-up testing at the Children's Health Care of Atlanta, along with a second test ordered by the urgent care, both came back negative. However, the ordeal has left lasting emotional scars on the family. My daughter is 5. You don't want to put those kinds of things on a 5-year-old. Mother said she's still wondering why did that happen to her? Why did the doctor and the police come? Why was she looked at down there? Oh my God, the mother is speaking out to help prevent another family from going through the same traumatic experience. The family's attorney says an investigation is underway to uncover how the urgent care center produced false test results. This case is still being investigated. Fowler said, we are still looking for results and answers and responses, but what we've seen so far there is evidence of some serious concerns of handling this child's health care. As of now, we're seeking answers, he added. Then from there, we want to ultimately get justice for this child. Meanwhile, an attorney for the urgent care said that the facility is obligated to comply with all laws, from patient privacy to mandatory reporting requirements, which are designed to protect all patients. The clinic added that it relies on a third-party lab for testing and simply report the results as it received. Well, first of all, to every motherfucking bitch and Mitch at that center, that facility, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you need to call that third-party lab, and you need to have a real grown and no fucks given conversation. Because that was tacky, that was disgusting, that was trifling behavior. A 5-year-old misdiagnosed with STDs, and her mother can be taken away from her? Are you kidding me? There are some mothers that should not be mothers, and there are some fathers who should not be fathers, especially if any mother or father uploads their child's trauma of them crying on YouTube and then wants to bitch or mitch about somebody else uploading it. But yet you got time for everybody else, but you ain't making time for what the fuck you need to care for. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. This is disgusting. I'm not even a parent, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And to all of the fucking supporters that vote for that racist, bigot, sexist, and that piece of shit bastard, everything in between, are you happy with yourself? Really? Because the health secretary is trying to cut down who can get a COVID vaccine. And told pregnant women and healthy children that, you know, you got to ask in order to get the vaccine. Are you serious? Are y'all happy with where we are as a society right now? A 5-year-old got misdiagnosed with STDs. Whoever is there needs to be fucking fired for that shit. There is no second chance here. You fucked with a 5-year-old's mental health. Damn you all to hell. Shit. But let be their 5-year-old. They're going to have the same energy I'm having. Don't make no fucking damn sense. Child, what's wrong? I can't. I can't do it. 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 And by the way, since we're speaking about parenting and stuff, to all of the women that are supporting Malta Holt saying, well, they need to get along because they're brother and sister. Who the fuck made you a family counselor, attorney, or anything of importance to know what family is? Excuse me. What? Sweep around your own front door before you start trying to tell somebody else what the fuck they should or should not be doing. This is ridiculous. So we got women and men supporting horrible women and men who should not be mothers and fathers. But yet, we don't get loud. We don't get upset. We don't have an energy for a 5-year-old being misdiagnosed with STDs. But yet, y'all want to talk about somebody else who has done way more than y'all will never do. Because, child, some of y'all who talk about Melody Shree, y'all are closer to the grave to die than be at the cradle to start living life to become something of importance. And there's a 5-year-old misdiagnosed with STDs. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I just can't fucking do it. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. In case you're wondering what's going on, this is Brandy's Virtual Tour Live, and y'all, this story it triggered me to no end. In case you missed it here, a mother demands answers after 5-year-old is misdiagnosed with STDs. That's what's going on in real life. Okay. What's wrong? I can't do it. I can't do it. I cannot do it. So, with that being said, let me bring up this person right here. In case you guys do not know who we are about to talk about here. So this woman right here. Give me a moment as it goes up. I'm just. Oh my God. Okay, come on, Ted. Work with me now, please. Okay, here we go. Come on, there we go. All right, so here is this person here. This person we're about to talk about is Nakia Holmes, co-founder of Turkey Leg Hut. Okay, so let's talk about this on blackenterprise.com. Okay, here we go. Turkey Leg Hut founder arrested in kidnapping case, accused of helping a known felon. So I'm guessing we're going to see her on Love After Lockup, I'm assuming on WeTV. Okay, then. Turkey Leg Hut owner Nakia Holmes has been arrested for allegedly hindering the arrest of a known felon accused of kidnapping. The legal woes and scandal continue to plague Turkey Leg Hut founder Nakia Holmes after being arrested for allegedly assisting a known felon. Holmes was arrested on October 15th and charged with one count of the apprehension or prosecution of a known felon in the Houston Chronicle. Harris County court records indicate she's accused of obstructing the arrest of a man charged with aggravated kidnapping. The Turkey Leg Hut owner is accused of assisting Jonathan Cezanne, interesting last name, who allegedly kidnapped and assaulted an ex-girlfriend on October 8th with a tire iron while out on bond for previous felony charges. Cezanne also faces charges of aggravated kidnapping and aggravated assault of a family member. Holmes was pulled over for an expired registration while accompanied with the wanted felon's mother, who shares her address. She initially told officers no one was home, but later changed her statement. Detectives say the suspect fled through the back door and jumped several fences before being caught. Child, this would have been amazing on Patrol Live on Reels, on the Reels Network, or on Live PD, which was on A&E. That would have been amazing to see live, child. Upon her arrest, Holmes identified herself as the owner of Turkey Leg Hut and reported having just $700 in assets. She is a reportedly share a residence in Cyprus. Her bond was set at $10,000. She remains in custody with her next court appearance set for October 17th. Cezanne, 38, faces several felony charges, including aggravated kidnapping and aggravated assault of a family member. Holmes reportedly filed for divorce from Lynn Price last month in Harris County. The pair co-founded the popular third ward restaurant Turkey Leg Hut, which has since closed following years of controversy. In April, Price was indicted on federal arson charges after the Department of Justice accused him of hiring 3 men to set fire to bar 5015, a nearby business owned by a former partner he was allegedly feuding with. Federal prosecutors also claimed Price operated a cop shop and sold drugs out of the Turkey Leg Hut. Holmes has not been charged or implicated in the case. Wow. So you mean to tell me that after the Turkey Leg Hut, which has so many health violations, right, and then you tried to burn up your next door neighbor, that your ex-wife left you and then got with a convicted felon? Ooh, Lord, if Carlos King ain't working up love and marriage, Houston. Oh, I'm sorry. We have an excellent show called Hard Hustle Houston. So let's not get those two. No. One is trash, one is class. Hard Hustle Houston is class. And Love and Marriage Houston is trash. Okay. And even the Family Empire Houston wasn't watched by anybody. So that says a lot. But when you're not doing anything, is it really saying anything? No, it isn't. Like I said, it's a damn shame to support a convicted felon of kidnapped a family member and hit his ex-girlfriend with a tire iron. Like, that's the energy when you're like. Some of y'all women, man, I just wonder about y'all. I mean, they say there's piss in the dating pool, but clearly from this, I mean, we can tell. I mean, my Lord, oh my God, Nakia Holmes, child, you are moving like Portia Williams is.
It's not just feeding the hungry only on Thanksgiving. It's an everyday situation. You know what I mean? It's not just feeding the hungry only on Thanksgiving. It's an everyday situation. You know what I mean? This is 265 days a year. It's not just feeding the hungry only on Thanksgiving. It's an everyday situation. You know what I mean? This is 265 days a year.
That is funny. 265 days. Where the hell that bitch live at?
It's not just feeding the hungry only on Thanksgiving. It's an everyday situation. You know what I mean? This is 265 days a year.
That is funny. 265 days. Where the hell that bitch live at?
Still don't know where that bitch live at, Nene. We still don't know. Shout out to Nene Leakes. But that's a damn shame. Like, really, is it that bad that you gotta just accept anything in your life to have something? What was that thing? A piece of a man is better than no man? Well, here's the thing. A piece of a man ain't shit if that man ain't a man, just like a piece of a woman ain't shit if she ain't a whole woman. What is wrong with some of y'all out here? Let's roll on. I can't do it. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Speaking of things I just cannot do. My Lord, this next story, y'all. This one is crazy right here. My Lord. Michigan woman accused of food stamp fraud to fund baking business rejects plea deal, faces 10-year sentence. You heard me correctly. Michigan woman accused of food stamp fraud to fund baking business. Michigan woman accused of food stamp fraud to fund baking business rejects plea deal, faces 10-year sentence. Michigan woman accused of using food stamps to fund her online business rejected a plea deal. The Michigan woman who gained national attention for allegedly using food stamps to fund her online bakery has rejected a plea deal. On October 8th, Talia C. Tenacu, 32, rejected a plea deal that would have kept a conviction off of her record. Wow. So you had the chance to not get a conviction on your record and you rejected it. Oh, my Lord Jesus. All right, child, let's roll on. Michigan Live, reports she faces felony charges of food stamp fraud exceeding $1,000, punishable by up to 10 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. That's $250,000, ladies and gentlemen. At the hearing, Saginaw County Assistant Prosecutor M. Jonah said he would drop the felony charge if Tariq pleaded guilty or no contest to a one-year misdemeanor count of larceny between $200,000 and $1,000. Attempted offer will have allowed the prosecution to recommend a delayed sentence, effectively place her on probation. So you would have been on probation? Oh my! This woman acting like Karen Huger, like child. You had the chance to do house arrest and you went to jail. We didn't have to. What are we doing here? You also would have had the option to repay the amount owed either in full or garnish card benefits with the conviction that remained on her record. This woman got a get out of jail free card but didn't take it. Oh my God. This is ridiculous. I'm flabbergasted. I am flabbergasted right now. However, Tanique's defense attorney Emily K. Linde stated that her claim was rejected with the deal, wished to move forward with his testimony. Christy M. Gorges, an eligibility specialist with the Saginaw County Department of Health and Human Services, testified Tanique was not violating any rules by receiving benefits while running her baking business. She recalled speaking to Tanique when she applied for food assistance and state of emergency relief from Consumers Energy in December 2021, disclosing during a phone interview she lived with her 5 children and ran a home-based baking business. Georginas testified that Tanique spent 20 to 30 hours a week baking and sold her goods online for about $1,000 per month through Cash App. Tanique reportedly spent half her earnings on baking supplies. DHS approved her application and she signed an agreement promising to use my benefits legally and will not sell, trade, or give my benefits online or in person. Regulatory agent Katrina Tibbetts of the MDHHS's Office of Inspector General testified that in 2023, reportedly reported earning only about $305 per month, which she said was insufficient to cover bills. Tibbetts add that a search of social media led her to what she believes is Denise Bacon's business, loving in HR. It appeared there was a potential for her to be making much more than $300. Tibbetts says the hearing concluded with Judge Clark proven assistant prosecutor Margina's request to send Janice's case to circuit court for trial. She remains free on bond. Wow. Well, first of all, I get trying to go after your dreams, right? But there's always a way to do everything. And if you are using your food stamps in your business, I mean, I don't think it's too crazy to do that, but I do think that maybe there should be like guidelines, in the rules saying that you can only use it for personal use, not professional use. But then again, the same token, there's other crimes that are way worse commit, right? So I do hope everything works out for this person, but yeah, this is a very tricky situation. It's a very, very, very tricky situation. So, yes. All right, y'all. More Brandy's virtual tour live coming up right from the space right here, right now. Y'all just had one job on November 4th. And here it is from blacknews.com. 47 plans new refugee program that will prioritize white applicants. Yeah, you heard that quickly. And look at this. ICE arrests a white police officer in Illinois, says he's in the country illegally. You cannot make this shit up. Let's roll on. President 47 is considering a major overhaul of the U.S. refugee system that will prioritize white applicants and English speakers while cutting overall missions. Internal documents show the plan could reshape how America accepts refugees in the coming years. Proposals drafted by the state and Homeland Security departments recommend prioritizing Europeans, including white South Africans, individuals who oppose mass immigration. These changes reflect 47's long-held goal of tightening both legal and illegal immigration. According to the New York Times, officials said the proposals are still under review, but parts of the plan are already being enforced. The administration has lowered the refugee cap and begun giving special consideration to Afrikaners, South Africa's white minority group. 47 has argued that white South Africans face racial persecution. I know this white bastard did not say that white people in South Africa face racial persecution. Did you not forget that you want to unalive 5 black men that did nothing wrong in terms of a crime? Okay, child. A claim denied by South African authorities. So on top of lying about it, the country that you're trying to get talent from said you a lie. I can't do this, my Lord Jesus. Police statistics indicate that white citizens are not more likely to be victims of violent crime than other racial groups. If fully implemented, the new refugee policy would assess applicants based on how well they could assimilate into American culture. They will be required to take lessons on U.S. history, values, and respect for cultural norms. Respect for cultural norms is crazy, as the president is trying to revise the refugee program to prioritize white applicants. Okay, then. The document proposed limiting refugee placements in areas with large immigrant populations to reduce what they describe as concentration of non-native citizens. They basically don't want repopulation, y'all. That's basically what they're trying to say without saying shit. Okay. One report supporting the plan claims that increased diversity has weakened social trust in the U.S. Says who? What? Where? Because if we really want to be honest, his wife is a foreigner. And 47's mama and dad are foreigners too. So wouldn't that make him a foreigner as well? Through blood? But this is the dumb fuck everybody else voted for. Okay. All right. I guess. My lord. It recommends admit only refugees who can fully assimilate and align with the administration's objectives. The proposal calls for cancel hundreds of thousands of pending refugee applications already in the system. Another major change would shift authority from the United States to the U.S. Embassy to decide who qualifies as a refugee. This will give Washington more control over which applicants are approved. Critics say the plan exposes an effort to make the refugee system favor white and Christian applicants. The Voice administration, however, insists that the goal is to prioritize the nation's interests, ensure that newcomers align with American culture and values. Child, I just can't. We are socially being erased. If it ain't by him, it's by some of our own people. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. Jesus, my God. Here's the thing. It is not bad black men. It is not bad black women. There are some bad black men, and there are some bad black women. It's not everybody. I get sick of that shit. I really do. I get sick of that shit. And like I said, while everybody is talking about the world reality TV, we have a president that's trying to erase us socially. It's amazing what y'all fucking focus on with me. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I just cannot do it. Okay? All right. So, with that being said, here's a positive story about, a white man who is doing some good in the neighborhood. Okay, here we go from blacknews.com. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, right here, as it loads up for me. Right here, black bride who grew up without a dad had her landlord walk her down the aisle. And look at that right there. That's a beautiful sister, and that landlord's looking sharp in that suit. Yes, indeed. Shacole, an African-American woman from Cincinnati, Ohio, chose an unexpected person to walk her down the aisle, her 79-year-old landlord, Gil Pullum. The two formed a bond that turned into a father-daughter connection on her wedding day. Fox, a makeup artist, rents her studio space from Pullum, who is known for his no-nonsense attitude but warm heart. Over time, they built a close bond based on mutual respect. Though not related by blood, Pullum became someone Fox could trust and rely on. Having grown up without her father, Fox thought she made peace with that absence, but as her wedding approached, she began to feel the weight of it. When I thought about who would walk me down the aisle, trying to figure out what that looks like, the thought of it was surprisingly painful, she told CBS News. Pullum already knew about her family situation since how she felt without hesitation. He offered to walk her down the aisle. Fox was moved by the gesture and instantly agreed, grateful for the kindness that filled an emotional gap in her life. On the wedding day, both shared a heartfelt moment that neither will forget. To this plane and getting ready to walk the aisle, he grabbed my hand so tight, Fox said, and it was a really good feeling. Yeah, it still is, like a wound had been healed in my heart. Now married to her husband, Victor, Fox says she gained more than a partner that day. She also found the father figure she never had, one who stepped up, supported her, and proudly stood by her side. That's amazing. So see, while we have some racist, bigot, sexist, torturous, and healthy people like this piece of shit that should have been swallowed by his mother, Mary, we have a good guy right here. Okay, we got a good guy right here. Gil Pullum, thank you so much for being an amazing person in her life. And sir, you are 79, but you're pulling through. And I hope these last days will be nothing but fruitful, joyful, and will be nothing but blessings overflowing for you, good sir. That story definitely made me smile. Hopefully it made you smile. All right, everybody, our final destination for this evening right here. Yes, indeed. From People Magazine, people.com. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Brandy breaks her silence after abruptly leaving stage mid-performance and ending concert with Monica early. This comes to us from People Magazine, People.com. Everyone involved agreed that prioritizing my well-being was of the utmost importance, the singer said. So here we go. Here, need to know. Brandy has broken her silence after she abruptly left the stage mid-performance and ended her concert with Monica early on October 18th. Everyone involved agreed that prioritizing my well-being was of the utmost importance. The singer said Brandy and Monica will continue the Boys Night tour in Indianapolis on October 19th. Brandy has broken her silence after she abruptly left the stage mid-performance and ended her concert with Monica early Saturday, October 18th. The singer, 46. 46 where? Child, please. Moving on. Spoke out about the ordeal in an October 19th Instagram post. Thank you for all the overwhelming love, support, and most importantly, your prayers during it began. I sincerely apologize for the abrupt end to last night's performance in Chicago. After weeks of nonstop rehearsals, last night I experienced dehydration and feelings of wanting to faint. Everyone involved agreed that prioritizing my well-being was of the utmost importance. She said, I still made the decision to try and return to give my all despite not feeling okay, with having to make some adjustments and the show being very technical. Unfortunately, it was impossible to fully connect sonically with the production. I really appreciate everyone's best efforts, added the star. Right here. To my dear fans in Chicago, thank you for the overwhelming love, support, and most importantly, your prayers. I sincerely apologize for the abrupt end to last night's performance in Chicago. After weeks of nonstop rehearsals last night, I experienced dehydration and feelings of wanting to faint. Everyone involved agreed that prioritizing my well-being was the utmost importance. I still made the decision to try and return to giving my all despite not feeling okay, with having to make some adjustments and the show being very technical. Unfortunately, it was impossible to fully connect sonically with the production. I really appreciate everyone's best efforts. I'm deeply grateful to my sister Monica for stepping up with such grace and professionalism, and the entire crew for their continued care and support. I went from the arena to see a doctor nearby and have taken proper precautions to help moving forward. Your understanding, patience, and unwavering belief mean the world to me. I look forward to returning to the stage stronger and more grateful than ever alongside my girl Monica tonight in Indianapolis with all my love, Brandy. So thank God Brandy is A-okay. Brandy is a legend, and dehydration is real. You can die from dehydration. And so, it's one thing to be a consumer and have your ticket. You've been waiting to see Brandy and Monica, but you're a fan of either one of them or both of them. And also, too, Brandy really, from what I've seen, she's always been a caring person, and she's definitely cared about the staff and crew, and so she probably didn't want the crew not to go without check. But health is wealth, so thank gosh is A-okay, and shout out to the staff, the crew, Monica, and just everybody. And also, too, shout out to Chicago as well. Chicago, they really come through for people that they love and care about. I'm sure the people in Chicago love Brandy and Monica as well. Brandy was performing with Monica 44. Wait, Monica 44, Brandy 46? They don't look at it all. The black is not cracking. During the Boys Mind tour at the United Center in Chicago, when she walked off stage and did not return, Monica saying the remainder of the set solo. The artist was sent home without hearing the duo's iconic track, The Boy Is Mine. Thanking Monica for how she handled the unexpected situation, Brandy wrote, I'm deeply grateful to my sister Monica for stepping up with such grace and professionalism, and to the entire crew for their continued care and support. I went from the arena to see a doctor nearby and have taken the proper precautions to help moving forward. Your understanding, patience, and unwavering belief mean the world to me. I look forward to returning to the stage stronger and more grateful than ever alongside my girl Monica tonight in Minneapolis. Brandy concluded in her post. Monica reshared Brandy's recent statement in her own Instagram stories. And look at those two sisters right there. Yes, in the video shared on social media, show Brandy leaving the stage mid-performance. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta get mine. The Grammy winner said, making her way off stage. However, she did not return. However, the artist did not receive explanation as to why at the time. Brandy and Monica announced their joint tour earlier this year, marking over 2 decades since the R&B stars topped the charts with their hit 1998 collaboration. I See As So Much Bigger Than a Hit record. Brandy told Essence earlier this month of the fan favorite tune. She had at the time was two young women come together, bring our voices and our stories into one moment, and the world connected with it in a way we couldn't have imagined. Rather, to see how that song connected with people all over the world, it still does. It's such a blessing. So, Brandy, thank God you are okay. Shout out to Monica and the whole staff crew and to everybody involved there. So that is our show. We did that in 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 35 seconds. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad at all, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do the show. So I can turn off my camera now because we done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, we have. Man, oh man, oh man. What a show this evening. My Lord. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. So much going on here. I have to say, I think the story that pissed me off the most was the 5-year-old getting misdiagnosed with STDs. That hurt me to know, and the fact that could even happen in 2025. Just like no child or adult should be misdiagnosed, but a 5-year-old child. It's just sad, man. It's sad. I don't know what else to say about it. I pray for the 5-year-old and the mother and all the family members involved. I mean, how do you even begin to repair that mental damage of that? A 5-year-old being misdiagnosed with STD. That's a hell that no child, no person should ever go through. Nakia Holmes divorcing her ex, and her ex and her having a failed business. And on top of that, you leave your husband for a convicted felon who kidnapped somebody and tried to beat his ex-girlfriend with a tire iron. My Lord Jesus, I don't get some people. I truly don't. I just don't get it. And then, of course, the woman who did not have to have conviction on her record decided to go through anyway. It's just mind-boggling logic to me. Listen, if the plea deal will allow me to still live a life and go after things in life, then why not? But also, too, there needs to be laws made so that way you can know what to spend food stamps on, what not to spend food stamps on, because there are worse crimes, right? There are worse crimes to be able to commit. Just keeping it a buck there with that. Politics, the fact that the president is trying to do refugee reform to bring in more white people from South Africa, when he's a racist to everybody else that don't look like him at this point, not even look like him, but even agree with him. We had one job on November 4th, and now everybody who voted for him is having regret. You got what the fuck you got. Lay there, roll over, and take it, in the words of Maureen Scott, who said that to his wife Kimmy when she was going through cancer. Okay. Shacole Fox, that was a beautiful, beautiful story, and to you and Victor and to Gil, many years of love, blessings, and joy to each and every one of you. That was amazing to step in like that. I remember I got the chance to MC my friend's wedding. I was so humbled because my family and my friends are in Little Rock, Arkansas. I can't be there for the big events like I want to be. So weddings are definitely important. And so for Shalonda Fox to have a father figure to be there for her, what a wonderful, wonderful thing. And also, to shout out to your makeup business as well. Blessings to that as well. Brandy, we love you, we value, we appreciate you. And child, if you want to get rid of Ray J, you need a new brother, I am right here. I won't ask you for shit. Listen, I work hard for everything I got. And I promise you I will be more grateful. And I will carry the mantle way with way more dignity than Ray J has never done. But thank God you are a-okay for sure. Amen, amen, amen. Warner Bros. Discovery, it's interesting that now everybody wants to potentially buy Warner Bros. Discovery. The big question is, are you able to take on that debt as well? Because Warner Bros. Discovery has about $37 billion worth of debt as well. So when you take on a company, you're also taking on their debt sum. And also, too, with mergers and acquisitions, sometimes it is consolidation. That means some things may have to be canceled. So, a lot of things going on in the world today. We want to take a little commercial break, and we'll be back with more Brandy before we wrap this. We are live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this. Roll it.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Pray lonely, got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylonly's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylonly's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Hear the whispers in the city's hum. Echoes of stories where we're from. A beat, a step, a voice so clear. The pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor. Every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcomer. Turn it up, feel the glow, let the rhythm flow. Spotlight shining, we in the zone. This is the place where the culture's grown. Stories untold, now they're coming alive. Braylonly got the vibe tonight. One thing to know and two things for sure. Higher is waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braylonly's virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced and more. This show, this brand and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power, to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be, Braylonly, bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth, we're free, trust and believe. It's entertainment, news done our way with Braylonly. Spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. Just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but in addition to that, people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not been seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward,
with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Mira's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician. General. Author. Ruler. Man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you, more than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers, the one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
McDonald's. I'm loving it.
And I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Brandy's virtual tour live. Glad to have all you here in the building with me. We are live on tour. Y'all, we went to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 destinations. And of course, we talked about Melody Cherie Rogers at the top of the show. Both wins that she won. So, yes, indeed. A lot going on in the world today. So we'll rest here for a little bit. And then, yeah, that'll be it for me. Like I said, tomorrow, you guys will get a show at 6 o'clock. I won't be here in the morning. I'll be gone out the hit house. But yes, indeed. We'll be reviewing On Brand with Jimmy Fallon tomorrow night. Then y'all know on Thursdays I am off YouTube unless there's some of the culture that needs to be talked about. Then Friday, I'll see y'all at 11 and 6 p.m. as well. So, lot going on. Like I said, we're reviewing the Braxtons, On Brand with Jimmy Fallon, Potomac as well. So 3 shows we're watching right now. Now, of course, as you guys know, we're getting very, very close to Ready to Love coming back November 7th at 9/8 Central. Only here. Hashtag on keeping it real. So should be a good time there to get the gang together. Myself, talk with Solana, Dr. Ucha, Chi-G9, and our main man Q. Should be a wonderful time. Should be a great time. So yes, indeed. So should be a very good time. So yes, indeed. So we're just chillaxing. Like I said, I'll probably take up to 1 hour, 27 minutes and some change, and then we'll probably head on out of here, y'all. By the way, y'all gotta be careful with AI out here. I have to tell you, you have to be careful with AI out here because I've seen some AI clips that have made me laugh. Okay, have made me completely laugh, and there are some that I'm just like, now I know you lying. I know you lying. I know you lying. I know you are lying. Stop. But yes, indeed. So. My Lord. Yes, indeed. All right, let me get y'all the daily motivator, and then we'll head on out here. A great show tonight. Yes, indeed. Love being able to go on tour with y'all as always. Here we go. To avoid criticism, do nothing, say nothing, be nothing. Ellen Hubbard. Wow. That is very, very, very deep, my man, I have to say. It's time for the Day Motivator for Tuesday, October 21st, 2025, when no one is looking. On rare occasions, your words can be convincing. Much more often, pretty much all the time, it is your actions that convince others of what you value. When your words and actions contradict, actions always win. People know who you are by what you do, no matter what you may say otherwise. But it's not the only visible and obvious actions that define you in the eyes of others. It's also the things you do when no one is looking. Even when there are no other witnesses, you always know what you're doing. When your repeated actions affect who you are in ways impossible to hide. Though no one else may be watching, you're watching, and what you see builds the genuine character people pick up on when they do encounter you. You cannot evade the truth of who you are, so it is essential to make that truth the best it can be. Always act as if others are watching, and when they do watch, they'll be pleased with what they see. Ralph Lauren said, you know what, I'm gonna say this on camera because there's some people in the back that need to hear this shit right here, because I just can't do it. Let me come on camera and read this, because this was a word right here. Let me read this right here on camera. Tuesday, October 21st, 2025, when no one is looking. On rare occasions, your words can be convincing. Much often, pretty much all the time, it's your actions that convince others of what you value. When words and actions contradict, actions always win. People know who you are by what you do, no matter what you may say otherwise. But it's not only the visible, obvious actions that define you in the eyes of others. It's also the things you do when no one is looking. Even when there are no other witnesses, you always know what you're doing. And your repeated actions affect who you are in ways impossible to hide. Though no one else may be watching, you're watching. And what you see builds the genuine character people pick up on when they do encounter you. You can't evade the truth of who you are, so it's essential to make that truth the best it can be. Always act as if others are watching, and when they do watch, they'll be pleased with what they see. Ralph Morrison. You know, I had a bit of a rough day at work today. I got some news that I did not like because I know I was qualified for it, right? And this motivator is, you know, mellowing me out. And the first thing I will say is keep showing up when you don't want to show up. Keep showing up when you don't want to show up. Because let me tell you, the days that you feel like you are giving your worst is the day that somebody sees that you're giving your best. Y'all know I've said that many times before. And whenever you're going after your dream, whenever you're trying to figure out who you are, it is hard to feel that what you're doing behind the scenes matters when you're not getting a return on your investment. But let me just say this, the day you don't show up is the day no progress is happening. So that's the first thing I'll tell you. The second thing I'll tell you is, even when there are no other witnesses, you always know what you're doing. At the beginning, middle, and end of the day, what goes around comes around. And it is just mind-boggling to me how people will move how they want to move when it's about them versus when it's not about them. And like I said, sincerely, we are living in a world where someone else's existence is a crime. If you have to make a laugh about somebody else, right, but yet you say you can't stand them, but yet you talk about them anyway, you ain't shit. Because a real one wouldn't talk about them. They would just move on to something else. Unless you are not a content creator. Oh, I forgot. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes somebody to be an artist. I forgot. My bad. I totally forgot about that. My Lord Jesus. And by the way, like, why are we waiting to be great? the blessing of having a channel like this is to be able to cover so much that it honestly boggles my mind how some people are really one-trick ponies and how they move, but yet they wonder why they aren't growing. You can't be a one-trick pony and hate on people and expect your ass to grow to be something. Just saying, that's the second thing I would tell y'all is that, you know, at the beginning and end of the day, even when there are no other witnesses, you'll always know what you're doing. You got to be responsible for what you do. And if you really are about your business, be about all of the business, not just the business that you want to attend to that will make you look good. And finally, always act as if others are watching. And when they do watch, they will be pleased with what they see. If you're not doing the work on you, it's going to reflect in the blessings and curses that come your way. So if you're moving as a blessing, you'll receive blessings. If you're moving as a curse, you're going to receive curses. It's quite that simple. But some people make it more complicated than it is. So with that being said, everybody, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do. Hang on. There we go. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say one point special because you are always born a blessing. Trust you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Wise one thing, call yourself is nothing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully, by spending time together, we'll be great together. Always remember what you're doing. Radio, television, YouTube, live your best life. Or you're just recognizing that maybe a 5-year-old got misdiagnosed with STDs is way more important than you being upset about children being protected with a mother that cares about them. And you ranting and raving because things didn't go your way. So you would rather have somebody that would corporate punishment on children, stop them from being on TV and social media, and disrespect the mother of the child, or the children rather than the children having a stable home. If you're going live tonight by Melody Shree, just know you have to talk about her for you to get a YouTube check. She don't have to talk about you to get a check because she is her own supply. Make sure the replay is not just right for you. Watch it, not just for you. Listen to it, but if you want to experience it again. I love you. I value you. I embrace you all. Always remember, see love, you gotta give it. See love, you gotta give it. See love, you gotta give it. Where obstacles you overcome, where success you have achieved on this particular day. I'm extremely proud of you. But no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, sometimes the biggest actions of love are not always known. I'm sure with Shalonda Fox and Gil, had that not gone to blacknews.com, I'm sure Gil would have done that anyway because that's what he wanted to do. We need to be about celebrating the good so we can have something good to embrace. Because do you see what happens when we allow the bad to have a platform? We get chaos, hell, and destruction. And I think we're all tired of that by now. Don't you agree? Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's come, for the blessings on the way for you, me, all of us, as a society, as people, as culture. I feel the love. And I send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now, they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now, they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now, they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, epic universe becomes yours.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken-ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it. Are video games?
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Child Relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.